crafters, thank you so much for stopping by. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the project that I created for Craft Roulette episode number 291. So let's just pull in the project and then I will go through each of the parameters and then I'll show you the products that I used. So here it is. So the project had to be postcard or postcards. Well, I don't really have a whole lot of stamps with postcard stuff, so what I ended up doing was creating a postcard in Canva, and then I changed it up because the one I found, I didn't really like it, so I changed it up. And then what I did was, and I changed the colors of the elements in Canva because they were like red and blue, and I really wanted to pull in the colors that was in the paper that I'm using. So I just did some editing in there, and then I printed that postcard that I created on my printer on cardstock. And then I just did some adding of some of the papers and the elements that come in the paper pack that I'm using. And did you hear me? I said paper pack. But we'll get to that here in a moment. And so I really love it. And then what I did was with that paper that I used, I just made it a little bigger than my postcard. So you can kind of see the back of it just on the edges here. So I thought that was really cute too. Okay, so we've got the project taken care of. Now the colors had to be Easter basket. And I know you're going to find yellow for sure in an Easter basket and blues because when we've stuffed those eggs, those plastic eggs, they come in all colors. And I know there's a blue and a yellow. And I don't think there's a brown one, but there's chocolate in Easter baskets. So I think all the colors that I have here are going to be found in an Easter basket. So that takes care of the colors. Now the element had to be pack, packs, or packing. So I thought, well, I'm going to use what I said before was this is the paper pack that I'm using on my postcard. So there is the pack, and I'm using basically this sheet here and this sheet there. Now, if you feel that I'm stretching it a bit with pack as my package, paper pack, then we'll go ahead and go with, there is a pack of sunflowers on this postcard. Because if you look up pack, it talks about groups, like groups of animals or groups of things. So there's definitely a pack of sunflowers on this postcard. Okay, and then we've got the random shiny. Well, one of the reasons why I decided to use this paper pack was because Not Too Shabby's cardstock or papers are shiny. And my designer series papers with Stampin' Up! Are not shiny. So I thought, well, if I use one of theirs, Not Too Shabby's, it's going to have a shine to it. I don't know if you can see that. But again, if that's stretching it too much for you, then I pulled in these Jewels Basic Rhinestones because they're shiny. But I didn't want them to just be the clear, so I brought in my Stampin' Blends, and I ended up liking the dark one to color in my rhinestones that I would put on my postcard. And I put them down here at the bottom. So there's some more shine on this postcard. And I did some sponging around the sentiment that was part of that paper pack. And I did that sponging in pecan pie. And this was interesting right here. So what I did was this paper right here, I punched a half circle out with, let's see, so there's the 1.5 circle punch. And I I used that to punch out the sentiment. Then I brought in my 1 3/4 inch circle and punched out that little notch there in that designer paper. And then the part that was left over, I just used it to put behind my sentiment here, and I popped up the circle. I really like that look a lot. And everything that was part of those elements that in the paper pack, I did some fussy cutting. I could have taken it to my brother's Scan and Cut, but I really struggle with those little details there, like around those sunflowers. And I thought, you know what? I'd be better off to just getting the look that I want if I fussy cut it. So there we go. And she's glued down flat. I just put a little dimensional behind her head there because to level it off, because since she was on already 2 pieces of cardstock, her head would have not been glued down. It would have been smashed down. So that's what I did there. And I love it. I think it came out so cute. So there we go. There is my project for Craft Roulette episode number 291. So if you enjoyed this project and this video, you can show me your joy by giving it a thumbs up. Okay, well, until my next video, have fun crafting, everyone. And remember, choose joy, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye.